welcome back to Finding Wendy. Well, I'm so glad you joined us today on this cold, wintry day here in Toronto. So stay tuned. So I'm going to talk about my stats, of course, and I'm going to talk about the top 10 best things about weight loss surgery. So stay tuned. So welcome back. So first thing I want to talk about is my stats. So I started this whole weight loss journey back in December 2017. I was 450 pounds. And then on February 20th, I started my month-long Optifast, which was, and I started that Optifast at 400 pounds. My surgery was March 20th, 2018, and I weighed 375 at Toronto Western Hospital in the Ontario, part of the Ontario Bariatric program. And by the way, there are all sorts of links down below this video to the Toronto Western Hospital Bariatric program. And on the website is a really great link to our food guide. So the links are below. So my surgery was, as I mentioned, March 20th, and I was 375. Last week I was 254, and this week I'm 252. So down 2 pounds this week, which is great. Still 2 pounds away from the big milestone because I've now lost 198 pounds. I'm only 2 pounds away, from losing 200 pounds. So that's great, great news and progress. Okay, so welcome back. So first, some things that have happened this week. These last 2 weeks, I've been horribly sick. I've had a terrible cold. It wasn't a flu, but it was a bad cold. And now the cold has gone into my lungs, and now I have bronchitis. It always happens that I end up getting bronchitis because of my asthma. And my asthma has been getting better since the weight loss, for sure. I don't have to use my puffer as much, but definitely is a challenge. And last week, Sunday, I had my first choir rehearsal, which was great. I've joined this new choir here in Toronto. It's called Acquired Taste. And it's a choir for professional instrumental musicians. So nobody in the choir has any professional singing training, but we all are professional instrumentalists. So there's trumpet players, clarinet players, other French horn players, violinists, pianists. So if you're interested in joining the choir, it's the Acquired Taste Choir. I'll leave the link below to the choir, and check it out. It's really cool. And so I had finally got x-rays of my hip because I really need hip replacement surgery in my left hip. And it was a very painful ordeal. I had the x-rays done at Mount Sinai Hospital. And of course you have to lay on this flat, hard surface. And as it turns out, when you lose a lot of weight, you also lose a lot of weight in your bum area. So I was laying on my tailbone, and that was extremely painful. I was crying from the pain. And as it turns out, I can't even straighten my knee to lay flat in my left leg on the table. So after a 20 minutes ordeal of trying to get into a position that they found acceptable for the x-ray, they finally took some x-rays, and then I was out of there. It was not fun, and I'm looking forward to getting the call from the hospital or for the hip surgeon about when I'm going to have hip surgery, because now that I've lost so much weight, I'm not a I'm a good candidate for the surgery now. And yeah, so the cold, having the surgery, and bought some new clothes. So I found that there's a store here in Canada, I don't know if it's in America, it's called Joe Fresh, and the clothes are very reasonable. So I got this great jean jacket, really great quality jean jacket. Oh, sorry, that's my dog. And it was only $39. And then I got this shirt. Was only $29, and it's really difficult to find white shirts. And then I got some pants as well. I'll post a picture of the whole getup, and really comfortable pants, and they're only $29. I'm a size 3X now. I started at a size 7X. So it's great fun still to buy clothes, but because of transfer addiction, you want to be careful with buying too much, because you're not buying food anymore, you're buying clothes, or that's what transfer addiction means. You're transferring your addiction to another thing. All right, so I wrote some things down in my journal. I write still every day in my journal about my progress, and it's fun to look back. I have my journal going back all the way to the beginning of my surgery, so it's fun to look back at all my NSVs. And the NSV this week, these last 2 weeks, it's kind of a TMI situation, but I wanted to share it. So if you don't want to hear this part, cover your ears for the next minute, okay? Like, cover your ears, because this is key for anybody who has weighed as much as I did at the 450 pound mark. Personal hygiene is really, really difficult to maintain, okay? So basically the biggest NSV is that I'm finally able to buy toilet paper again. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to leave your imagination up to figure out, what's going on, but I'm buying toilet paper again, okay? So that's all. That's all I'm going to talk about. Okay, so let's do this 10 best things about weight loss surgery. Number 1, of course, the weight loss. The weight loss is amazing, right? Have a sip of coffee. This journey has been spectacular. I was at my friend's house last night, and she was hemming my new pants because I'm freaking short. I'm only 5'3", and 59 years old, 5'3", 252 pounds. There you have it in a nutshell. A year ago, I weighed over 400 pounds. And that's just incredible. It's just amazing. So the weight loss is just phenomenal. Number 2, no more pain. So my pain is less, definitely. So it used to be where I couldn't even stand up in my kitchen for 5 minutes to prepare a meal. And I was just thinking about that yesterday when I was unloading my dishwasher. I would unload my dishwasher maybe once a week, even if it was clean, and I would just take the clean stuff out of it and just pile it up in the sink, because it was so painful for me to just stand for 5 minutes to unload a dishwasher. And now I'm finding I'm able to do much more housework. I'm keeping my kitchen spotless, and it's great. I love it. I mean, there's nothing like a clean house and a clean kitchen. So no more pain for standing up. I still have pain in my left hip. I am taking glucosamine, which is helping with the pain. But I'm certainly not popping Tylenols as much as I used to. Number 3, traveling. So I'm going more places. I was on a plane. I went to California in November, which is fantastic. And I'm planning to go to Holland in July for my 60th birthday. Around July 23rd is my 60th birthday. And I'm going to travel. And I've been traveling more in my car. I've been doing more things, going out. Tonight I have choir rehearsal again. I got to trudge out in the snow. Okay, number 4, not standing out. Yes, I'm still overweight, but before, at 450 pounds, I was a freak. And I felt really subconscious about it. I felt really, oh my God, they're looking at me. Look at that big lady on the scooter, And I know they're talking behind my back about my size. And not standing out as much, I'm finding that people are nicer to me. So I'm more approachable, is basically what the issue is. And that gives you more self-confidence, for sure. And number 5, speaking of confidence, more confidence. I have more self-confidence. I'm able to do more things. And I'm feeling better about myself. I'm feeling happier. And, it's really, really important to take care of your body. It's really important to stay on a healthy track. I really totally understand now. I've heard of women who are 130 pounds and they think they're fat. you know. So everybody has a kind of weird view of themselves, you know. I still have fat brain, so I'm still thinking I'm much bigger than I actually am, and I'm fitting into smaller situations, smaller chairs. I'm able to go to a restaurant and sit in a booth. I've never been able to fit in a booth. Now I can fit in a booth. Sorry, that's the bronchitis. So more confidence. Cheaper clothing. There you go, cheaper clothing. So the clothing's way cheaper. I used to have to buy my clothing online. There was an online site that's called Mr. Big and Tall, and I used to buy my 7X polo shirts there. And I had to buy 7X like track pants, men's track pants, because those are the only things that fit. So it's really great that I can just buy off the rack. Yesterday, I went to the walk-in clinic at our local Loblaws to have my to get antibiotics for my bronchitis, and the Joe Fresh is right there in the Loblaws upstairs. So I went to Joe Fresh and I saw these new this new line that just came out, and I thought, oh, I'm just gonna buy these. These are great. They're cheap, $29 for a pair of pants. It's amazing. So, you know, so that's what I did. So, cheaper clothing is great. Number 7, NSVs, non-scale victories. So lots of them, as I just mentioned today about the toilet paper and doing more things, walking, getting involved with more things, just general NSVs. I think in a couple of weeks I'm going to, a video is going to be about my NSVs. I'm just going to list off all the NSVs over the last year, because now it's become like the norm, whatever. It's normal for me to be able to get out of the couch. You know what? I used to have people pull me out of a couch to get up. Yesterday, like I mentioned, I was at my friend's house and she was hemming my new pants, because I'm short, and she has a blow-up mattress on the floor, and it's quite low, and I needed to sit somewhere, so I was sitting on this blow-up mattress, and I was able to get up myself from this blow-up mattress that is way down on the ground. So that's great. That's great news. So number 8, experimenting with new things and new food and new recipes and things like that. That's fun. I'm able to stand up and cook, and I bought a whole bunch of new spices, so I'm able to try new things out. I'm looking online, and I found this new app, by the way, that I downloaded, and I'll put a link below. I don't think I'm going to use it because I do like my Net Diary app that I use, but this is another app that was recommended by Jordan Shrinks. I hope you follow her too. She's a lot of fun. She's originally from Toronto, and she didn't have bariatric surgery, but she lost a lot of weight, and she's keeping it off, and she's 30 years younger than me. She's in her 30s, I think. I'm, you know, so and she's a lot of fun. She has really fun videos. She swears a lot in her videos. I have never sworn in my videos, but I do swear sometimes. But she's got a bit of a potty mouth, but it's fine. Yeah, so experimenting with new things and food. Number 9, mobility, getting around, doing stuff. I'm able to walk with 2 canes. Just going down to the car in the garage used to be a giant trek for me to do that, but not anymore. Just grab my canes, go to the car. So it's just more mobility, which is amazing. If you feel free. And the last one, number 10, I just mentioned the word freedom. 10 is freedom. I have way more freedom to do way more things, and it's amazing. It's I'm feeling so much better, and the freedom is fantastic. And in this week I have my support group meeting again, and I ordered from Vistaprint a box of cards that has my Finding Wendy info on it. So I'm just going to pass it out to my fellow support group members, and so they can start following me on YouTube, and pass it on, by the way. Pass on my my YouTube channel to your friends and family, because I want to share. I want to share my journey with other people, because it's such an amazing journey, and I just want to share my experiences with other people and help them in any way I can. So anyways, I think that's about it for this week. Not too much to talk about. And next week, I'll talk more about my support group meeting. I promise to do one of those what do I eat in a day videos as well. And if you have any suggestions, put your suggestions below in the comments section of what topics you'd like me to talk about. And we will see you. I'm just going to post a little video of me outside in the snow as well. And stay warm. Toronto is cold this week again. Every day is around -10, -12 degrees. We just got a dump of snow last night. And it is a challenge, winter in Canada. I wish I could just fly down to LA. Like Jordan Trinks is in LA right now. And just enjoy the weather down there. But maybe one day I'll win the lottery. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for now. See you later. Thanks again for joining me at Finding Wendy. Stay the journey, stay happy, and we will talk to you next time. Okay, bye-bye. So as you can see, on this day of January the 27th, 2018, we got another dump of snow. And I'm just taking out my dog here in the backyard area of our apartment building here in Toronto. And it's pretty cold. It's -7. It's -7 degrees, and you're not going to be doing much today, so I'll just put this video together and edit it. And I'm going to my choir rehearsal tonight, and I'll enjoy that. But I'll see you in a bit. So I just thought I'd show you the view here in Toronto with all of our lovely snow that we have this morning in this -7 degree Celsius weather here in Toronto. And as you can see, my dog is pretty cold. She sits between my feet here on my scooter, and she wants to go in. So